Hi Gary, let's see if this helps. What we're looking at right now is your Wiki 4. And what you might remember is that because your partner was not responding, I sort of acted as your partner. So you sent me your Wiki 4 early before it was due, and I sent you an email back with suggestions. So I was acting as your partner there, and that's why I didn't come back to actually grade and review for a while. So you've got a great start here. You've got a lot of things here that are right on target. A couple of things that I mentioned was deliverables. What you've got written here is great. Deliverables is really what will the students produce. So for some people, it's like students will produce a poster and they'll produce a handout so what is the end result? What are they going to make, produce, or do? For industry connections, I'm pretty sure what I mentioned was how will you bring, that is great to go to a professional sporting event. That's a wonderful idea. How can you bring maybe some professionals into the classroom in almost a mentorship, or if one of your deliverables is a presentation, maybe they would be watching the presentation. There's a lot of options there. And it's hard to do, and sometimes it takes time, but we want to have that be one of our goals. I went ahead and marked your Wiki 4 as complete so that we could move forward and not be sort of hanging back at Wiki 4. So let's take a look at Wiki 5.1, which is where you add the instructional strategies into your Wiki 4. So here's what we have. Okay, so for Wiki 5, everyone is asked to do the following. Make a page in your wiki site for Wiki 5 for your 3-day plan. Title it with your name. Sometimes it's hard for us to know which one has done what. Review the examples shown on this page. So task 1, you're going to be asked to insert 6 instructional strategies into your 3-day plan. 2 of these that will help all students, 2 that are checking for understanding, and 2 that support or designed with specific students in mind. So let's see, what does that look like? I'm going to scroll down. So notice the example is you upload your entire Wiki 4 because not everybody can remember everything that's in your Wiki 4 in order to give you feedback. So here we have the brief overview, the challenge, the deliverables. Notice these are, here's what the students will actually create. Here's the sequence of events. So let's take a look at this example. So as you can see, these are organized. So notice in yellow are instructional strategies for all. Instructional strategies for specific students are in purple, and instructional strategies to check for understanding are in green. Not everybody does these 3 different colors, but most people do because that's what's in the example. So notice these instructional strategies can be in day 1, day 2, it just depends upon your project. But the first ones are, what are instructional strategies that will benefit all students? So notice in this example, it says the students are going to brainstorm, and then something else that will work for all is graphic organizers, and then they're going to creating from their brainstorm, the students have a choice of these 3 things. Now, here's the instructional strategies for specific students. So what we're looking at are 2 of the students from, remember that roster way back in the beginning? So here it is. It's like, well, Alexis likes group work, but she appreciates having a Spanish-speaking teammate. So this is where we're showing, as part of our practice, that we're able to look at individual students and have strategies that very specifically benefit them, both English language learners and native language speakers. Now, this person actually did more than 2. So there's 2 of those. So we're back to the description. So far, 2 instructional strategies that will help all students, 2 instructional strategies with specific students in mind. So there's our specific students, and 2 instructional strategies that check for understanding. So something where the teacher is saying, oh, okay, here's how I'm going to check to make sure that students know what they're doing and are moving forward. And so in the example, this teacher says fist of 5, thumbs up, thumbs down, 5-word strategy. Some people say reflection. It's up to the teacher choice as to what they use. So let's take a look over here. So you've got a pretty good start on instructional strategies. It simply by this is we're looking at the reader needs to decide what's going on. And what we want is for you to tell us as the author of this what's going on. Which instructional strategies are for everyone, 2 instructional strategies that are for specific students, and 2 instructional strategies that check for understanding. Now, because the deliverables weren't quite there on the previous one, I would ask you to update that. But notice you need to include your entire 3-day plan, again, because quite honestly, your partner or other people who read it or me can't always remember everything about every 3-day plan. And so we want you to share with us, here's your 3-day plan, but you've embedded some new things. Because also, for Wiki 6, as you notice, 2 new people are going to come back and read this, and they don't know all the other information that's not included here, so they really can't give you feedback. So you want to upload everything from Wiki 4. You want to take a look at the deliverables and ensure that they are what the students are producing. You then want to make sure that you clearly identify 2 instructional strategies for all, 2 instructional strategies for specific students, and 2 instructional strategies that check for understanding. If you can label those, it's helpful because 2 new readers of your colleagues are going to come in and read this. And it's better for you to tell them than for them to try to figure it out. So I hope that helps. You've got some good work here. You're moving forward. We just need to see a little bit more that will help us understand your project. I hope this helps, Gary. Thanks.